Good evening, everyone. This is Robert from RJL 518, welcoming you to another exciting edition of Inside Pitch, the 1976 season. Today's date is June 25th of that great season, and we are at the Astrodome. Tonight's game, it's the Cincinnati Reds taking on the Houston Astros. The Reds come into this game at 44-25, firmly in command of the National League West. The Astros are 31-38. They are in fifth place in the National League West, but they are still very much alive for a playoff spot. Even though they are in fifth place in the division, the Astros are only one win behind San Diego and the Dodgers for third. So remember, top three teams in each division make the playoffs. So the Astros are very much alive. The Reds, however, are in firm command. Brandon Baker and Ronald Spursky join us here at the Astrodome. As Brandon Baker says, Reds baseball is on the air. This is the third time I've had these two teams face off against each other on the board, and the series is tied. The Reds won the opening day game, and the Astros won a game about a couple of weeks ago. So this is the third matchup between these two on the board. And tonight we got a couple of unknown pitchers that were pitching in this game. So I don't know what we're going to get out of this one. Both these pitchers at high ERA, so this should be fun. Historically, the Reds won this game 8-6. There were 25 hits and 2 errors in the game. Both the errors were on the Astros. So I don't know what we're going to get out of this one. Still using the beta rules, of course, from Inside Pitch. So for those of you who have not gotten the beta rules chart, please make sure you download it and play test it, as Chris is still doing his best to fine tune it. He's made a few changes to the rules, to the charts, and so far I am liking what I see. So tonight we got the Reds and the Astros. Let's take a look and let's get started. Starting pitcher for the Houston Astros in this game was Gilbert Rondon. 2 wins, 2 losses, a 5.70 ERA. He gets the call tonight. And we'll see what he's got. As I said, we got only a couple of pitchers on the mound, so who knows? Rondon only made 7 starts that season. So let's see what we get tonight. Let's get going. Leading off for the Reds, third baseman Charlie Hustle himself, and that would be Pete Rose. 323 average, 10 homers, 63 RBIs. The big red machine is in full swing, and the Reds look like they're going to win the National League West. But them and the Phillies are fighting for the number 1 seed. So who knows what will happen between those two when we get to the playoffs. Rondon will begin the game. 5-1. That's a home run check right off the bat. Rose is hitting from the left side. And against a righty, that's a 6. That's a 3. And that is a kaboom. That ball is high. That ball is deep to left field. And it is gone. A leadoff home run for Charlie Hustle. Well, that's one way to start a game. And I think that's only the second time that I've been doing this, that the game led off with a home run. So as I said, that's a 5-1. That's a straight home run check. And against a righty, Rose is a 6, and that was a 3. And just like that, the Reds get a 1-0 lead to start the game off as Charlie Hustle goes deep. I think that's only the second time I ever had a game lead off with a home run. I'm not sure. Maybe twice or 3 times. Next batter for the Reds, right fielder Ken Griffey. 336 average, 6 homers, 74 RBIs that season. Already 1-0 Reds. Rondon will pitch. 3-5. Wild pitch. Ball 1. Do it again. Rondon 1-4. That's a walk, and that 1 is a definite walk, and Griffey will walk to first. So I have a funny feeling Rondon might not last long. The Astrodome subtracts 1 from strikeouts, 1 from strikeouts, +4 from walks, and even with the -1 at the Astrodome, it still allowed Rose to go ahead and hit the home run because that was a 3 on the die. So Rose still got the home run, and the Astrodome only had 57 of them that season. So Griffey on at first. And the next batter is second baseman Joe Morgan, .320 average, 27 homers, 111 RBIs, just another typical year for Morgan. The infield will go halfway. We'll check to see if anything happening on the bases, and 18 says a no. Rondon will pitch. 4-4, hit by pitch. No, that 19 is too high. Morgan will get to swing. 5-1, and he grounds it to first. Let's see if they turn the double play. 1-0-1. Shortstop for the Astros is Metzger. -1 is a 0. There's no chance for a double play. So the out is going to be to second. Griffey will be thrown out at second, and Morgan will make it at first on a fielder's choice. Next up for the Reds will be first baseman Dan Dreesen. .247 average, 7 homers, 44 RBIs that year. Infield is still half. Let's see if anything happening on the bases. A 4. Morgan, definite stealing threat, and he's going to go. So he's got a 7. He has a 17, +2 is a 19. The catcher for the Astros tonight is Herman, and he has a +1. So Morgan, the only way he's thrown out is on a 20. Nope, he steals second easily. Stolen base for Joe Morgan. He will steal second without a problem. That takes off the double play. Let's see if he wants to steal third. He needs a 3 or lower. No, there won't be a steal of third, so Rondon will pitch to Dreesen. And that is a 2-6. That's a blank. Dreesen will swing 4-6, and he flies out to right. Fly ball to right field, that's 2 outs. Morgan's base running rating is a 3, -1, and a fly out to right. The right fielder for the Astros is Roberts. He has no arm. So a 1-2, Morgan can take third. That 5 he holds. He stays at second base. So there are now 2 outs. And that will bring up the catcher, Mr. Johnny Bench, .234 average, 16 homers, 74 RBIs. He will go ahead, and he is the catcher in this game today. Let's see if Morgan wants to do anything. No, Rondon will go ahead and pitch. 3-4 against a righty, that's a blank. Bench will swing. 6-2, base hit, past third, that's a single for Bench. Morgan's base running rating's a 3, becomes a 4 with 2 outs. And he needs to be a 5 in order to get home, so we will hold at third. A single past third, and Morgan stays at third base. He does not come in. Next batter for the Reds will be left fielder Mike Lum. He played all the parts of the outfield. Lum is in left field for this game. .228 average, 3 homers, 20 RBIs. We'll see if anything happening on the bases. And that 20, Rondon has no pickoff chance. So nothing will happen there. Runners at first and third. Reds already up 1-0 on a homer by Charlie Hustle. Rondon will pitch. 3-2. Home run with a question mark. Lum is a lefty. A 1-12 will pass. That is a 6. It is good. Lum has a 10, -1 from the Astrodome is a 9. A 1-9, Lum goes deep. And yes, he does. Kabam! That ball is high. That ball is deep to left, and it is gone. 2 home runs here in the first inning, and the Reds are already putting it up on the Astros. Home run for Mike Lum. That is a 3-run jack. And just like that, the Reds take a 4-0 lead. Home run adjustments in the stadiums are very rare in inside pitch, but even that didn't make a difference as Mike Lum goes ahead and sends that out of here, and it is already 4-0 Reds. Steeler fan joins us here at the Astrodome. I'm pretty sure he'll have lots of dome foam available. Shortstop Dave Concepcion is next. 281 average, 9 homers, 69 RBIs, as Steeler fan already says it's already in full rig mode. Tribe fan joins us here at the Astrodome. Rondon will pitch. 3-4 against a righty. That's a blank. Concepcion will swing. 2-2. That's a ball hit to left field. That is an 11 against a righty. Concepcion smacks a triple. A triple for Concepcion, and he will go to third. He gets that one pretty deep at the Astrodome, and the Reds are not done yet here in the first inning. Next up will be the center fielder, Cesar Geronimo. 307 average, 2 homers, 49 RBIs. Concepcion on at third. The Astro bullpen not getting ready yet. They like to see if Rondon can get somewhere, but right now he is getting killed. 2 home runs here in the first inning. We'll see if anything happening on the bases. That 17 says a no. Rondon will go ahead and pitch. 6-6, strikeout, 20. Not a chance. Geronimo will swing. 5-5. He grounds it right back to Rondon. He will toss it over to first to end the inning. 4 runs for the Reds on 4 hits, 2 home runs, a home run by Mike Lum and Pete Rose, and a triple by Concepcion. And we go to the bottom of the first where the Reds are already in command. However, even though the Reds are off to that big start, they have their own pitcher making his only start this season in 1976. Starting pitcher for the Cincinnati Reds will be Rich Hinton. 1 win, 2 losses, a 7.64 ERA. So Hinton gets the call here. This was his only start that year. So although the Reds have a 4-0 lead, the Astros, you think, might be able to come back. Leading off for the Astros, third baseman Enos Cabell. 273 average, 2 homers, 43 RBIs. Hinton will go ahead and make the pitch. And that's a 1-5, possible error. Cabell will swing, 5-3. Fly ball to right field. That is hit to Griffey. His error rating is a 4. That's a 13. He will make the catch. So out number 1. The Reds historically won this game 8-6. So there were a lot of runs. There were 14 runs in this game. Next batter for the Astros, second baseman Rob Andrews. 256 average, no homers, 23 RBIs. Hinton will go ahead and pitch. 6-2 range play. Andrews swings 3-5. That is a base hit to third base, but it is a range play. Rose is there. His range is a 3. No, that's going to be a single. Andrews will hit it past Rose, and the Astros have a man on. Runner on first. The infield will go halfway. Next up for the Astros, center fielder Cesar Cedeno. 297 average, 18 homers, 83 RBIs. Andrews, a bit of a threat to steal. He needs a 1 in order to do it, though. And it's not there, and Cedeno's not doing anything. So Hinton will go ahead and make the pitch. 3-6, base hit, right pass up the middle. That's a single 1, right up there. Base hit for Cedeno. Andrews' base running rating is a 3, and he will not make third. He has to hold it second. Needs to be a 4 in order to get there. On a single up the middle. Runners at first and second, and the batter will be first baseman Bob Watson. 313 average, 16 homers, 102 RBIs. So the Reds are up 4-0, but the Astros are trying their best to get back into it here in the same inning. Hinton is the pitcher. Let's see if anything happening on the bases. The 10 says a no. Hinton will pitch. And that's a 3-2. Strikeout 18, no. Watson will swing. 5-1. It's a ground ball to short. Do they turn the double play? 3-0-4. Second base for the Reds. Morgan's a 0. A 1-4. They got the double play. Yes, they do. Side retired. 6-4-3 double play. Watson hits into it. So no runs, 2 hits for the Astros. Already 4-0 lead for the Reds. And the big red machine is running on all cylinders, as they should be doing in a 1976 replay. Top of the second coming up. Leading off for the Reds will be the pitcher, Rich Hinton. He does not have his own card, so we use the Reds pitcher's card, which is a 120 average. Rondon is going to stay in there, at least try to maybe have a better inning. Pitch from Rondon, 3-4, and that is a walk plus 10 against the lefty, and that is going to walk Hinton. So he walks the pitcher. Rondon walks Hinton, so he will go to first on that one as he walks it. It's a walk plus 10 is what that is against the lefty, since Hinton is a lefty. Now, the one thing about the pitcher's cards, it does not, since it's pretty much what he did, it's a combination of all pitchers that do not have a hitter card. Truth be told, even though Rich Hinton is listed as a lefty on his card as a left-handed thrower, he did not put the batting for these pitchers. It's a possibility Hinton may have been a right-handed batter. I am not 100 or a switch hitter. I do not know. I will, however, go by the letter on the card, even if unfortunately it's wrong. So I really don't know. Doesn't matter. Here is Pete Rose. Rose led off the game with a home run. I think it's only the second or third time I've actually had that done. So the infield is halfway. Let's see if anything happening on the bases. And a 6 is a no, and I really don't expect Hinton to go anywhere. Rondon will pitch, 3-3 against the lefty switch. That's a walk plus 10, and that will walk Rose. So Hinton is a left-handed batter. Thank you much. So he walks Rose. And so already here, Gilbert Rondon walks the first 2 batters. And here's Ken Griffey. And the Astro bullpen is already underway. They would like to see if Rondon could get at least his hitter spot. May not happen. Infield is still halfway. Griffey walked his first time up. And that is a 4. Nothing happening on the bases. Rondon will go ahead and pitch. 3-5. Wild pitch. 13, no. Ball 1. Do it again. Rondon, 5-2. Strikeout, 15, too high. Griffey will swing. 5-2. Fly ball to right field. And that is out number 1. I'm not going to send Hinton to try to go to third anyway. No way. I don't think he would get it anyway, but I'll check. His base running is a 1. A fly ball to right field is a 0. Right fielder for Houston is Roberts, and he's a 0, so no, he wouldn't even get a chance to go. So that's the first out. And here is Morgan. Morgan got on base in a fielder's choice and stole a base. Infield is still halfway. Strat says a 1. Hinton is not stealing anything. So Rondon will go ahead and pitch to Morgan. 3-4 against the lefty. That's another walk plus 10, and he's going to load the bases. So he walks the bases loaded, and the batter is Dan Dreesen. And I don't know how Gilbert Rondon actually had 23 batters he faced. He's more of a relief pitcher than he is a starter, but he got the call today. Bases loaded. Here's Dan Dreesen. Ooh, do I want to yank him out now? Oh, boy. Nah. Let me see if he's reached his pull rating, a 13. Let me see. 2, 4, 6, 7. He's not reached his pull rating yet. I'll keep him in there. He's not reached it. Actually, that's 8 is what that is. Oh, 9, 10, 11 with the walks. Let me double check this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. His pull rating's a 13. He gets one more batter. Dan Dreesen will bat. Dreesen does ground out in the double plays. They're going to keep the infield halfway. Let's see if anything happening on the bases. That is an 18 no. Rondon will pitch. 2-2. That's a blank. Dreesen will swing. 3-6. That's a fly ball to right field. That's out number 2. His sacrifice fly rating is a 5. That will bring in the pitcher, so Hinton does come in to score, and it is now 5-0. And Rose stays on a sacrifice. He stays right where he is, so the Reds are now up 5-0, and there are now 2 outs. And the next batter is Johnny Bench, and that's going to be it for Rondon. I can't go with this guy any further. So the Astros are going to the bullpen early, and since it's only the second inning, I can bring in a starter that did relieve, if I can find one. And we're going to go with Tom Griffin. He's going to go ahead and take over. So Rondon gets chased in the second inning. So here's Tom Griffin for Houston. 9 wins, 6 losses, a 4.10 ERA. He'll go up against Johnny Bench here. There are 2 outs in the inning. And I'm still rolling a strat, and there is a 5, nothing happening. Griffin will pitch, and that's a 5-4 against a righty, a strikeout chance, 11. Yep, he gets Bench. He struck him out. And the inning is over. So 1 run for the Reds on no hits, but there were 3 walks. And they now lead 5-0 going into the bottom of inning number 2. Rich Hinton had a pretty interesting first inning, but it was cut short. Leading off for the Astros will be right fielder Leon Roberts, 289 average, 7 homers. He had 33 RBIs in that season. He is in right field tonight. Hinton will pitch. 1-5, that's a possible error. Roberts will swing. 3-5, that's a ball hit to center field. That is a 1 against the lefty. That's a single into center field. Base hit for Roberts. Center fielder for the Reds is Geronimo. His error rating is a 3, and he will not make an error. So that's just going to be a base hit for Roberts. So Roberts will hold at first as the Astros are trying to claw back into this, although they got lots of baseball to play. Here is the left fielder, Cliff Johnson, 226 average, 10 homers, 49 RBIs. Infield goes halfway. Anything on the bases, a 9 is a no. Hinton will go ahead and pitch. And that is a 4-3 strikeout. 7, got him. He strikes out Johnson. First strikeout for Rich Hinton. He had only 8 of them that year. But he gets one in this game. Next up for the Astros is the catcher, Ed Herman. Herman, 199 average, 5 homers, 33 RBIs. Runner on first. The infield is still halfway. That is a 2. Nothing happening. There's not gonna be a hit. You're down by 5 runs, so no. Hinton will go ahead and pitch to Herman. Hinton, a 6-5. That's a strikeout. The 12, no, too high. The Astrodome saves Herman on that. Herman swings 5-5 against the lefty. Single past second base. That is a base hit for Herman. Leon Roberts' base running rating is a 2. He will make third. And Herman will hold at first. So the Astrodome saves Herman's bacon because that would have been a strikeout if it wasn't for the adjustment, and he comes through with a hit. So runners at first and third. Next up for the Astros, shortstop Roger Metzger, 210 average, no homers, 29 RBIs. The infield is going to stay halfway. With the Reds already a 5-0 lead, they have no problem giving up a run to get a couple of outs. See if anything on the bases. A 6, no. Hinton will pitch to Metzger. And that's a 4-3. Strikeout, 18, no. Metzger gets to swing. 5-6. Base hit to left field. That's a single for Metzger. Roberts does come in to score. Herman's base running rating is a 1. Single to left. It's a single. It's a single to left field. -2 is a -1. And Lum is a +1 to 0. Herman cannot get to third. He will stay at second. But the Astros get on the board on an RBI single by Metzger. 5-1 now. The next batter due up is Tom Griffin. He is the pitcher I put in there, and he's going to come out. So the Astros are not going to let Griffin stay in. They will bring in a pinch hitter. And coming on to pinch hit for the Astros early for the pitcher will be Greg Gross. He is the leading hitter. He is the leading at-bats player on the bench. Greg Gross, 286 average, no homers, 27 RBIs. He gets the call. So the Astros have 3 base hits in this bottom half of the second. It's 5-1. Hinton a little bit of a jam. Let's see what the strat roll says. The 10 says nothing. Hinton will go ahead and pitch. 6-5. Strikeout 20. No. No chance. Gross gets to swing. 6-4. Star 2. Fly out to center. Fly out to center. Herman's base running rating is a 1. Fly ball to center, -2 is a -1. And Geronimo's a 0, so no chance for Herman to try to even go to third. And there are now 2 outs. Hinton getting kind of lucky on some of these rolls early. We go to the top of the order. Here is Enos Cabell. Cabell is 0 for 1. Now 2 outs here. Anything on the bases? A 9 says a negative. Herman will go ahead and pitch. I'm sorry, Hinton will pitch. 4-3. Strikeout 11. No, he does not strike out. Cabell will swing. 5-2. Ball hit to center field. That is a 6 against the lefty. Cabell just smacked a double. That will bring in Herman. Herman will come in to score. Metzger's base running rating is a 2. And that is a double to center. So +1 is a 3. With 2 outs is a 4. Center fielder Geronimo's a 0. A 1-4, Metzger will score. A 5, he does not. He holds it third. Cabell has an RBI double, and it is now 5-2. Stadium cheers a little bit. Yay. So now runners at second and third. And here's Rob Andrews. Andrews singled his first time up. He's 1 for 1. Hinton is actually avoiding some of the main rolls on his card. We'll see how long this goes. Let's see if anything on the strat. The 5 is a no. Hinton will go ahead and make the pitch. And that is a 2-4. Error on a grounder. Andrews swings. 5-4. Star 6. That's a fly ball to center field, and that will end the inning. The Astros get 2 runs on 4 hits in that inning. And after 2, it is 5-2 Reds. As I said, just because the Reds got out to a quick lead with the pitcher that the Reds have on the mound as well, we not know how this game's going to go. But so far, he's only given up 2 runs. Meanwhile, we go to the top of the third, and let's see here. Mike Lum is the leadoff batter for the Reds. He has a home run in this game, so he's 1 for 1. Astros need a pitcher. I can still bring in a starter if necessary that does have relief, and they're going to go with, let's see, who can we bring in here? Who can we bring in? Let's go with, they're going to bring in Joe Niekro. 4 wins, 8 losses, no saves, a 3.36 ERA. He actually has more relief appearances than starts. So Joe Niekro will come in and pitch for the Astros now against Mike Lum, top of the third, 5-2. Let's see if this calms down the Reds hitting. Niekro will pitch, and that's a 6-4. Strikeout, 14, no. Lum will swing, 1-2. Star 4, he grounds it to first. So out number 1. And next up is Dave Concepcion. He had a triple his first time up, 1 for 1. Niekro's pitch, 3-5. Home run, question mark. Concepcion a righty, a 1-3. The 10 is too high. Concepcion will swing. 3-5, star 2, and he just grounds it to short. So 2 quick outs there. And now Cesar Geronimo, he's 0 for 1. Niekro will go ahead and pitch. And that's a 2-4. Hit by pitch, 16, no. Well, Geronimo gets to swing. 4-2, star 2, and he grounds out to short as well. And that is a 1-2-3 inning for the Astros that they needed on the Reds. And we go to the bottom of the third. Rich Hinton can only pitch to 14 batters, and he's already pitched to 11 before being tired. We'll see how long he can go with him. Leading off for the Astros will be Cedeno. He's 1 for 1. Hinton will go ahead and pitch. 5-1. Strikeout 3. Got him. He gets Cedeno. Struck him out. That is strikeout number 2 for Hinton as he gets him there. Here's Bob Watson. A lot of people say he's credited with the 1 millionth run in Major League Baseball history. And as I said, I always tell this story every time he comes up. And Major League Baseball really has no idea who scored the 1 millionth run. For some reason, Watson seemed to get it. I don't know. But Major League Baseball, the official word from MLB, they don't know who scored the 1 millionth run because there were a lot of games going on at the time that was done. Hinton will pitch. 6-4. That's a walk. That 3 is a walk. And Watson will trot down to first. Next up for the Astros will be Roberts, and he's singled his first time up. He's 1 for 1. The infield will go halfway. Hinton is due to lead off the 4th inning. The Reds are hoping he can get this inning finished. I will roll to see if anything happening on the bases. A 16 says no. Hinton will go ahead and pitch. 5-6, strikeout 5. Got him. He gets Roberts. Struck him out. Strikeout number 3 for Hinton. 2 outs now. A couple of big Ks there. And now it'll be up to Cliff Johnson to try to keep this inning alive for the Stros. Johnson is 0 for 1. Anything on the bases? No. Hinton will go ahead and pitch. 5-6. And that's a strikeout 4. Got him! He got him again! He gets Johnson! Struck him out! And Rich Hinton strikes out the side. He is tired now. He was tired when that was done, but that's still okay. And he strikes out the side. Inning over. So Rich Hinton comes in there and does the job. And a runner stranded on the bases. So that was struck out the side after 3, still 5-2 in favor of the Reds. Top of the 4th, Rich Hinton is due to bat. He is tired. He will come out. He did a fine job with the Reds, and he actually did pretty good. So the Reds are going to go ahead and take him out and go with a pinch hitter. And I believe that is the right call. So that will be it for Hinton. So leading off for the Reds will be George Foster. He is on the bench for this game. Foster, 306 average, 29 homers, 121 RBIs. Foster will go up against Niekro here to start the top of the 4th. Niekro with the pitch. 5-6. That's at the park. Astrodome says 6-1. Fly out to right. So out number 1. And now here's Charlie Hustle. Pete Rose is 1 for 1, has a home run. Led off the game with a home run. Niekro will go ahead and pitch. And that's a 6-6 against a lefty switch. That's a walk plus 10. That's a 20. Is that going to get Rose? Yeah, that's going to walk him. Rose is going to trot down to first. Third time Rose has been on base tonight. And here is Ken Griffey. Griffey is 0 for 1. Infield will go halfway. Bases say 18-0. Niekro will go ahead and pitch. 4-1 against the lefty. That's a blank. Griffey will swing for 6. Fly ball center field. And that is out number 2. As Niekro doing his best to try to keep the Astros in the game. Joe Morgan is next. He is 0 for 1. He did walk his last time up. The infield now moves back. And that is a 6. Nothing happening on the bases there. Niekro will go ahead and pitch to Morgan. And that's a 3-5. Home run question mark. Morgan, a lefty, a 1-15. That's a 7. It passes. Morgan against a righty is a 20. But it's a -1 at the Astrodome. I actually have to roll. A 1-19. Morgan sends this out. Wow, he just barely does. That is a 19. Kaboom! That ball is high. That ball is at deep to right field. Leon Roberts going back, leaps at the wall, and just barely clears it. Home run, Joe Morgan. That is a 2-run jack from Morgan, and that just barely cleared the wall. That was a 19, and that's what he needed. It barely got over the wall, and Roberts actually came down thinking he had it, but when we looked in his glove, it was empty. That's a 2-run jack, and the Reds now lead 7-2. That is the 3rd home run in this game. In a stadium that only gave up 57 of them. And I don't know if there were any home runs hit in that game. I'll have to check it. I may look and see if there were any home runs hit in that game, if we're all done by singles or bases. I'll have to look. Here's Dan Dreesen. He'll go up against Niekro. Dreesen is 0 for 2. And Niekro is going to stay on the mound. He's due to bat 3rd in the bottom of the 4th. Niekro will pitch. And that's a 4-4. Strikeout 10, no. Dreesen will swing, and that is a 3-4, and that's a base hit to right. Dreesen keeps the inning alive with a single. Base hit to right field here is Mr. Johnny Bench. Bench is 1 for 2. It is a 5-run lead. I'm still rolling a strat. 11, nothing happening. Niekro will go ahead and pitch to Bench. And that's a 1-2. Walk, 6. Yep, he walks Bench. And Astros pitching, not cutting it. And now here's Mike Lum, and Negro is now is he tired? Let me see. Was he tired? Yes, Negro is now tired. They're going to have him pitch to Lum because he's due to bat third, so they're going to take a chance that Negro can get out of this inning. 2 outs, 7-2 Reds already. We're only in the 4th. Looks like we're on our way to another blowout. Negro will go ahead and pitch, but first we'll see if anything on the bases. A 16 says a no. Negro will pitch. 2-2, walk, 10. Yeah, he walks, the bases loaded. Ironically enough, 4 homers in the game, all by Houston in the game. Really? Thank you there, Tribe fan. He walks, the bases loaded. And now the batter is Dave Concepcion. And that is the 5th walk issued by Astros pitching. I really want Negro to get out of this jam and so I don't want to give up burn a pitcher here just to get out of the inning. And I really don't feel like doing double switches right yet, but that's it for Negro. I got no choice. Negro's going to come out as he is done. The Astros don't have that many plate pitchers in the bullpen. Coming on to pitch for the Astros is going to be Joaquin Andujar, and he's only going to be in there for about a couple of batters. So Joaquin Andujar will go up against Concepcion, and he can pitch to 6 batters before being tired. I may even have him hit. Andujar will go up against Concepcion. 2 outs, bases loaded. That's a 12, nothing happening. Andujar will pitch. 3-5, that's a blank. Concepcion, 5-2, fly out to right, and that will end the inning. 2 runs for the Reds on 2 hits, a homer by Joe Morgan and a single. We go to the bottom of the 4th, 7-2 Reds. As the Big Red Machine is on fire tonight. Bottom of the 4th, leading off for the Astros will be Ed Herman, and the Reds are going to go to the bullpen, and they got left switch. Let's see who the Reds got a 5-run lead, so we'll see if the Reds would want to bring out someone that usually they don't need to go with at the moment. Let's see. I think they're going to go with a righty, and coming on to pitch for the Reds is going to be Jack Billingham. 12 wins, 10 losses, a save, a 4.32 ERA. Jack Billingham will pitch to Ed Herman. Herman does not do well against right-handers. So the bottom of the 4th, 7-2 Reds. Now that Hinton is out, and he can leave he can actually get the win here. So Billingham will pitch. And that's a 3-3. That's a walk. The 17 is too high. Herman will swing, 5-3, base hit, center field. Herman gets a leadoff single, and he'll go to first. Next batter for the Astros is Metzger. Metzger's 1 for 1. Infield is halfway. Check the strat. That is a 6, nothing happening. Billingham will go ahead and pitch. And that is a 3-2, possible error. Metzger will swing, 4-2, star 1. That's a ground ball to first. That ball is hit to Dreesen. His error rating is a 2. That's a 6. He will not make an error. Let's see if they turn the double play. 2-0, 3. Shortstop, Concepcion +1 is a 4. Yes, they do. 2 outs. 3-6-3 double play. Because there's no batters on base, I was going to pinch hit for Joaquin Andujar. If that didn't happen, he's going to come up and hit because they need him because the bullpen is very thin on pitchers. So Joaquin Andujar is actually going to come up and bat. He does have his own batter card, a 140 average. You're down by 5 runs. Probably doesn't mean much, but Joaquin Andujar is going to hit here with 2 outs. Billingham will pitch, 1-4. And against a lefty switch, that's a blank. Andujar will swing, 1-4, and he grounds it right back to Billingham to end the inning. No runs and a hit for the Astros after 4, 7-2 Reds. Even though Andujar can only pitch to 6 batters in relief, he only pitched to 1 right now, so he's got 5 left he can face as we go to the top of the 5th inning here. Here's Cesar Geronimo. He leads off for the Reds. He's 0 for 2. Andujar will go ahead and pitch. And that's a 5-4. That's a blank. Geronimo swings. And that is Suadice. So re-roll. 5-6. Base hit to left. Single for Geronimo. He will go to first. Jack Billingham due to bat. The Reds are going to let him hit and probably going to have him bunt, even though it's a 5-run lead. And he does have his own hitter card. Let me see if that's worth doing, though. And he's got a bunt rating of 3. They're going to let him hit. He's got a 237 average, so you know what? Might as well. Jack Billingham's going to hit, and with that 237 average, I may just let him swing away. Let's see what comes up on the strat. I am rolling it. And that is a 20. Joaquin Andujar fires to first. 9. Got him. He gets Geronimo. He picked him off. Joaquin Andujar picks off Geronimo. He is out at first. Picked him off. Now what do I do? I'm going to let Billingham hit anyway. Now I don't have to worry about the bunt. So Billingham is going to hit. Andujar with the pitch, 6-1, error on a grounder. Billingham, 5-4. That is a ground ball to second base, hit to Andrews. His error rating is a 0, so there's not going to be an error. He throws to first for out number 2. And now here's Pete Rose. Rose was 1 for 1, a home run and 2 walks. Andujar will pitch, and that's a 5-5. And against a lefty switch, that's blank. Rose will go ahead and swing, 2-2. Against a righty, double the left field for Rose. Rose goes ahead and smacks a double. His second hit of the game, and he will hold at second. Next up will be Ken Griffey. Griffey is 0 for 2. Let's see if anything happening on the bases. A 7 is a no. Andujar will pitch to Griffey. 1-4. Home run question mark. Griffey a lefty. A 1-7. The 12 is too high. Griffey will swing. 4-2. Line drive right to second, and he makes the catch. Inning. Oh, and that is the inning. No runs for the Reds on 2 hits. Halfway through the game, still 7-2 in favor of the Big Red Machine. Top of the order for the Astros. Here is Enos Cabell, and he's 1 for 2. He had a double his last time up. Billingham will pitch. 5-4. Strikeout 11. No. Cabell will swing. 1. That's a 5-1. Star 1, and he grounds it to first. 1 quick out there. And here's Andrews. Andrews is 1 for 2, has a single in the game. Billingham will pitch. 6-5 against a righty. That's a strikeout chance. 17 is way too high. Andrews swings the bat, 5-1, and he flies out to right for the second out. And next up will be Cesar Cedeno. He is 1 for 2. Bob B and Dave Little join us here at the Astrodome. As Bob B says, rigged. But Dave Little is with Brandon Baker as he says, let's go Reds. Billingham will pitch. 4-3. That's at the park. Astrodome, 6-3. Star 5. Ground ball to third. And that will end the inning. A 1-2-3 inning for Billingham. And after 5, it remains 7-2 in favor of the Big Red Machine. Top of the 6th. Joaquin Andujar will be tired after his next batter. It's going to be Joe Morgan. They're going to see how long they can go with him. You got to protect the bullpen. Morgan hit a 2-run jack his last time up. He is 1 for 2. Andujar will go ahead and make a pitch to Morgan. 3-2. Strikeout 19. No. Morgan 6-5. Pop out to second base. That's the first out. Out number 1. Now Andujar is now tired. We'll see how long it can go. Here is Dan Dreesen. Dreesen is 1 for 3. Andujar ready to deal. And that's a 2-6. That's a double question mark. That will take Andujar out of the game. A 2-6, though. Dreesen, a lefty. A 1-5 is a single up the middle. That's a 3. That's what it is. It's a base hit for Dreesen. Dreesen hits a base hit. And because that fell on the double question mark and Andujar is tired, he is done. The Astros will have to go to the pen. Next up is Johnny Bench. We're in the 6th inning now. Now we can use regular pitchers. Regular relief pitchers now, I think. And let's see. Although it's a 5-run lead, though. Coming on to pitch for the Astros will be Gene Pence. 3 wins, 3 losses, 5 saves. 2.97 ERA. Pence is the 5th Astro pitcher to be used. Remember, I can use starters if they have relief appearances early. And I can use starters if they've never relieved if I've used all relief pitchers. That's one rule I make for myself. Dreesen on it first. Gene Pence will now go ahead and pitch to Mr. Johnny Bench. He is 1 for 2. The infield is halfway, and there is no strat. So Pence will pitch. 1-3, blank. Johnny Bench will swing. 6-4. Ground ball to third. Do they turn the double play? 3-0-4. Second base, Andrews is a 0. It's a 4, and no. Dreesen will get to second. The only play was the first to get Bench, and there are 2 outs. And now Mike Lum will come up. Lum has a home run in this game. He is 1 for 2. He hit a 3-run jack in the first inning. Now 2 outs. Pence will go ahead and pitch. And that's a 2-6. Error on a throw. Lum will swing. 4-1. Star 3. That's a ground ball to the shortstop, and that is hit to Concepcion. His error rating is a 9. That's a 7. That's going to be a throwing error on Concepcion. The throw goes to first to try to get the out. And the throw was thrown to Dreesen. His range is a 2. Does he prevent the ball from getting by him? No, he doesn't. That's going to be an extra base. Maybe. I got to see if they get the rule. So that's going to be an error on a throw. Dreesen goes to third, and Lum goes to first. Dreesen's base running rating is a 4. With 2 outs, it's a 5. So a 1 to 5, he scores. He does. Dreesen comes in to score. Oh, aren't the Astros in the field? Damn straight, you're right. Hold on a minute. Timeout. Dang it, I hate it when I do that. That's Metzger. His error rating was a 4. Dang it, I hate it when I do that. Metzger is a 4, and Metzger's error rating was a 4. I think what was the rule? Crap. Oh, I hate that. All right, Metzger, and I do that all the time. So Metzger's error rating was a 4. It was grounded to shortstop. Metzger's error rating was a 4. Does anybody remember what the rule was? That should not be an error, I don't think. I don't think it was that low. I think it was a 7. I'm going to re-roll. That's a 13. There won't be an error. So the throw goes to first, inning over. Sorry, guys. My bad. I keep on forgetting who's in the darn field. That was the last out. So I'm going to make that a ground out to short, and that will end the inning. So no runs and a hit for the Reds. We go to the bottom of the 6th, 7-2, as thanks to Dave Little, I do remember what he said. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Lightning leading Panthers 1-0. Yeah, like I said, I'm rooting for my Panthers. I'm rooting for my Panthers. The thing is, the Panthers haven't won a playoff series in 25 years. We go to the bottom of the 6th, 7-2. Bob Watson leads off for the Astros. He is 0 for 1. Billingham is still going to pitch. He still has some left in him. Billingham will pitch. 2-1. Wild pitch. Ball 1. Do it again. 4-1. Walk. 4. Yes, Watson does walk. And that's another walk given up to Watson. He'll trot down to first. The batter now is Leon Roberts. Roberts is 1 for 2. Infield will be halfway. Let's see. There is no stretch, so Billingham will make a quick pitch. And that's a 2-2. That's a blank. Roberts will swing. 4-4. Fly out to left. That's out number 1. I know it's all good. I just hate making mistakes, even in stuff like this. I hate making mistakes when I work, and I hate making mistakes when I play. Here's Cliff Johnson. Johnson is 0 for 2. He struck out twice. Billingham will pitch. 4-6. Strikeout 12. No, too high. Johnson will swing. 5-5. That's a ball hit to center field. That's a 4 against the righty. Johnson has a single. Johnson gets a base hit. Watson's base running rating is a 2. It's not a 6-run differential. Base running rating is a 2. It's a ball hit. It's a ball hit to center, and it's a single to center, -1, which is a 1. Center fielder for the Reds is Geronimo 0. Only on a 1, Watson can get to third. No, he'll stay at second, and maybe that's better off. A base hit for Johnson, and that will bring up Ed Herman. Herman is 2 for 2 tonight. He's got 2 singles tonight. Panthers have scored a power play goal. Thank you there, Bob B. So the infield still halfway. Billingham in a little bit of a jam. He'll be tired after Herman. He's going to pitch to him. Billingham will pitch. 2-5. That's a blank. Herman will swing. And that's a 1-3. Star 1, and that's a ground ball to first. Do they turn the double play? 2-0-3. Shortstop, Concepcion. +1 is a 4. No, it won't be a double play. Watson goes to third. Johnson is easily thrown out at second, and Herman makes first. He beats the relay. 2 outs. Can the Astros get a run in here? And here is Roger Metzger. Metzger's 1 for 2. The infield is now back. And now Billingham is tired, and he is due to bat third, so the Reds are going to keep him out there to try to see if he can close the inning out. Runners at the corners. Jack Billingham, he is tired, but he's going to try to pitch to Metzger. 7-2. And that's a 5-1, and that's a double question mark. Metzger, a switch hitter. He's hitting from the left side. A 1-19 is an automatic out. That's a 12. And that would be, Billingham would be automatically removed after it, but it will end the inning. That's a star 5 and a ground ball to third, and the inning is over. That would have automatically taken Billingham out because that does hit a fatigue result. So he is done, but luckily for him, that's an automatic out against the lefty switch. Inning over. No runs on 1 hit for the Astros. After 6, it remains 7-2 in favor of the Reds. We go to the top of the 7th inning. Reds leading 7-2. Gene Pence still has a few batters left in him. And leading off for the Reds is Dave Concepcion. He is 1 for 3. He has a triple in the game. Pence will pitch to him. And that's a 2-5. That's a walk. That 9. Yes, that will walk Concepcion. He has a 7, but a +4 is an 11. He will walk to first. Leadoff walk to Concepcion. And the next batter will be Cesar Geronimo. Geronimo is 1 for 3. Let's see. Infield halfway. There is no strat. Pence will go ahead and pitch. 3-2, strikeout 11. Yes, gets Geronimo. Struck him out. And there's 1 away. Jack Billingham due to bat. The Reds will go to the bench, and that will be it for him. Coming on to bat for the Reds will be Tony Perez. 260 average, 19 homers, 91 RBIs. Concepcion on at first. Pence will pitch. And that's a 1-5. That's a blank. Perez will swing. 3-4. He flies out to right. And that's out number 2. Here comes Charlie Hustle. Hustle is 2 for 2 today, a home run and a double, and he's walked twice. He has a 1,000 on-base percentage. Pence will go ahead and pitch. 5-1, strikeout 9, no. Rose will swing. 4-3, star 1, he grounds out to second base, and the inning will end. Nothing across for the Reds except a walk. We are at the 7th inning stretch. Senior, take me out to the ball game. I'll be right back. Don't forget, we have 10-minute ticker coming up, so don't forget that, of course, as everybody loves the ticker, so I note it. Tomorrow night, we go back to the American League. We're taking a trip to the heart of America, as tomorrow night it will be the California Angels taking on the Kansas City Royals. It'll be Don Kirkwood versus Steve Busby in that game tomorrow, and it's an important game in the American League West. Both teams are still trying to stay relevant for a playoff positioning shot. So it should be a good game tomorrow. The Angels and the Royals. That will be tomorrow night's inside pitch game. Meanwhile, bottom of the seventh here, Reds in command, 7-2 on the Astros. And that's going to be it for Pence, as he was due to bat. He was due to lead off. So the Astros will go to the bench, and it will be Jose Cruz coming up to lead off. He will pinch hit, 303 average, 4 homers, and 61 RBIs. Reds do need a pitcher. So I think they're gonna bring out a righty, and they are now in the 7th inning, but with a 5-run lead. Let's see. They're gonna bring out Pedro Borbon. 4 wins, 3 losses, 8 saves, 3.35 ERA. Now, I'll be honest. Every time I've had Pedro Borbon on the board, he has not done so well. Let's see how he does this time. So Pedro Borbon will pitch to Jose Cruz here, bottom of the 7th. Let's play some baseball. Borbon with the pitch. 5. That is a 5-5. That's a walk. That 12. Yep, he walks Jose Cruz. So Borbon comes out there and walks the leadoff batter, and Cruz will go to first on a ball 4. And that will now bring up Enos Cabell. The infield does go halfway. The Astros have hit into 2 double plays tonight. There is no strat. Borbon will pitch. 2-2. That's a blank. He's not tired. Cabell will swing. 4-3. Base hit to left field. That is a single. Cruz's base running rating is a 4. Single to left, -2. Lum +1. So it'd be a 1-3. Cruz will make third. He does. Cabell's base, that is a 1. So Cabell's base running rating is a 4. A 4 or less, he'll take second. No, he stays at first. So that is a base hit by Cabell. And that puts runners at first and third already. And with nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th. And the batter is Rob Andrews. So I bring out Borbon again, and he can't get anybody out. So nobody out here. We'll still stick with him, though. Borbon, runners at the corners. Andrews the batter now, and he is 1 for 3. Infield is still in. The Reds will trade 2 outs for a run. Borbon will pitch, and that is a 6-2. That's a walk. The 18, that's too high. Andrews will swing. 1-5, that's a ground ball to short. Cruz is coming home. They're going to try for 2. That's a 2, 3, 4. Second base for the Reds, Morgan 0. A 1-4, they turn a double play. Yes, they do. They get the double play, so Andrews and Cabell are out. Cruz does come in to score. It's 7-3. But they are now 2 outs, and I think that's the right call. Let him score and get the outs. Seven to 3 is the score now with 2 outs, and here is Cesar Cedeno. So 6-4-3 double play. That does bring in a run, though. Cedeno is 1 for 3. Borbon will pitch, and that's a 5-2. Strikeout 20, not a chance. Cedeno swings, 6-1, and that's a star 4. That's going to be grounded to second, and that will end the inning. 1 run for the Astros on 1 hit. After 7, it's 7-3 in favor of the Big Red Machine. We go to the 8th inning. Ken Griffey leads off for the Reds. The Astros need a pitcher. Got 3 straight lefties coming up, so I think the Astros will bring on a lefty, and they will go with Paul Siebert. No wins, 2 losses, a save, a 3.16 ERA. Siebert is the 6th Astro pitcher. Siebert will pitch to Griffey, top of the 8th, 7-3. And that is a 3-1. That's a blank. Griffey will swing, and that's a 2-2 against the lefty. Double center field for Griffey. Leadoff double for him. He will go to second. That's his first hit of the game, too. He was 0 for 3 before that double. So Griffey comes through with a double there, and the batter will be Joe Morgan. Morgan has a home run in this game. He is 1 for 3. Infield stays back. There's no strat roll. Siebert will pitch. And that is 1-6 on Siebert. Range play. Morgan will swing. 1-2. Fly ball to right field. That is hit to Roberts. His range is a 2. No! Is that going to be a single or a double? That's going to be a single for Morgan. Griffey's base running rating is a 4. That is a single. That's a single to right. +1 is a 5. Right fielder is Roberts. Is a 0. A 1 to 5. Griffey will score. That is a 2 when he does. Morgan holds at first. And the leadoff double does some data historically in the game. Normally on runs, on base running, I like to roll 1 die at a time instead of 2. Here's Dan Dreesen. Dreesen 2 for 4. He has 2 singles. The infield will now move halfway. Siebert will go ahead and pitch. 3-3. Range play at the park. Astrodome says 5-3. That's a fly ball to left field. That's hit to Johnson. That's it to Cliff Johnson. That's a range play. His range is a 2. No, he won't get that one. Is that going to be a single or a double? That's going to be a single for Dreesen as well. That's a single to left. Morgan's base running rating is a 3. Single to left -2. Left fielder Johnson +2. So a 1 to 3, Morgan will make third. He does not. He'll hold at second. So Paul Siebert comes in here and gives up 3 straight base hits. And here's Johnny Bench. Bench is 1 for 3. Goal for the Panthers. Yay! Section 518 cheers. Yay! The infield is still halfway, but right now the hitters are hitting him where they ain't. Runners at first and second. They're going to keep Siebert out there. It's an 8-3 lead now for the Reds. Siebert will pitch. 3-3. Again, a range play at the park. Astrodome says 6-4. That's a ground ball to third. Let's first find out if he gets it. That ball is hit to Gilbert. His range is a 4. The infield is halfway, so it's a 3. Yes, he will make it. Now let's see where it was hit. And that is a 1, and that ball is hit towards the line. If double play or force, it would go 5-3. So Johnny Bench, his double play rating's a 3, nothing from Siebert. There is no pivot rate, and 4 for the infield halfway. There's no pivot, so it goes right to first. So let's see, a 1 to 4, it's a double play. It is. It's a 5-3 double play, so Morgan is out. Dreesen makes second, and Bench is out. 2 down. As that was hit towards the line, so Cabell tags the bag to get the force, and then throws to first to get the out, and there are now 2 down. Next batter will be Mike Lum. Lum is 1 for 3. Dreesen on at first. Dreesen on at second. Siebert will pitch to Lum. And that's a 2-3. That's a blank. Lum will swing. 4-3. Ball hit to center field. And that's a 4, and that's going to be a single for Lum. Single to center. Dreesen's base running rating's a 4 with 2 outs is a 5. Single to center plus 2 is a 7. And Cedeno -1 is a 6. There's not going to be a throw. Dreesen will automatically come in to score. Lum holds it first. And the Reds now lead it 9-3. As the big red machine is doing the job. Next batter is Dave Concepcion. Still 2 outs here. Concepcion is 1 for 3. The Reds are playing like the Reds, as they should. This was the best team in 1976. Siebert will pitch to Concepcion. He can pitch to 7 batters. He's got 2 more left. They're going to stick with him. It looks like he might have to take it for the team. 3-2. Error on a throw. Concepcion, 3-4. Double into center field for Concepcion. The hits just keep on coming. It is a 6-run lead, though, so there's not going to be... Now, a 6-run lead means that there's usually it's station to station. I'm going to see if Lum would try to score. Base running rating is a 1 with 2 outs is a 2. It's a double to center plus 1 is a 3. Cedeno -1 is a 2. So it'd be a 2 or less for Lum to try to score. And I'm not going to let him do that. He will hold it third automatically. So there's not going to be an error on a throw because there will not be a throw. A double by Concepcion keeps the inning alive. Nine to 3 Reds. Runners at first, runners at second and third. Here's now Cesar Geronimo. 2 outs. And this is probably going to be Siebert's last batter. Runners at second and third. The infield is back. Siebert will pitch. And that's a 2-2. That is a blank. He would be tired after this batter, so that's a blank. Geronimo will swing. 4-4. Single to left field. It just doesn't get any worse. Base hit for Geronimo. That's a single to left. Lum comes in to score. Concepcion's base running rating is a 3, plus with 2 outs is a 4. Single to left is a +1 is a 5. Left fielder is Johnson, +2 is a 7. He will come in to score without a throw. Geronimo goes to first, and the Reds have really opened it up. It is now 11-3. So Paul Siebert comes in here and is completely ineffective. He barely got a double play. And it's now 11-3 Reds. Siebert and the next batter is a pinch hitter for Pedro Borbon. And they're going to bring in, pinch hitting for the Reds will be Doug Flynn. Doug Flynn will pinch hit for the Reds. And see, that's going to be it for Siebert. They got to take him out. He wanted to take it for the team, and he couldn't even get the outs. The Astros will probably bring in a righty here if they have one. They do, and it's going to be Ken Forsch. 4 wins, 3 losses, 19 saves. Forsch is now the 7th Astro pitcher to be used. Geronimo on at first. Flynn at the plate now. 11-3 Reds. There's still, of course, no Strat. Forsch will go ahead and pitch. And that's a 5-6. That's a strikeout. 12 no. Flynn will swing. That's a 6-6. Star one, he grounds out to second, and that ends the inning finally. 4 runs for the Reds on 5 hits. We go to the bottom of the 8th, and the Reds are in total command, 11-3. Leading off for the Astros will be Bob Watson. Watson is 0 for 1. He's walked twice. Reds need a pitcher. You got an 8-run lead, so you could probably bring in someone that doesn't see much action. They got right coming up. And they're going to go ahead and bring in Santo Alcala. 11 wins, 4 losses, a 4.70 ERA. Santo Alcala is the 4th Reds pitcher. He'll pitch to Bob Watson. Bottom of the 8th, 11-3 Reds. Alcala with the pitch. 1-1. That's a walk. 9. Yeah, Watson walks again. That is the 3rd straight time Watson has drawn a base on balls. So he has reached base 3 out of 4 times. So Watson goes to first. And that will bring up Leon Roberts. The infield is halfway. There is no strat. Alcala will pitch. 3-4 against a righty. That's a strikeout chance. 17 is too high. Roberts will swing. 3-4. And that's a star 5. And that's going to be a fly out to left. Next up is Cliff Johnson. Johnson is 1 for 3. He had a base hit his last time up. Alcala will deal. 4-3. That's a walk. The 15. Yeah, he walks Johnson. That's ball 4. And Johnson will trot down there. So now runners at first and second. 2 walks given up by Alcala. And here's Ed Herman. Herman is 2 for. He is 2 for 3. 2 singles. Astros would love to get somebody in, even though the score is 11-3. Alcala will go ahead and pitch. And that's a 1-4. That's blank. Herman will swing. And that is a 6-2. And against a righty, that's a ground ball to first. Let's see if they get the double play. 2-1-2. Shortstop. Concepcion +1 is a 3. Yes, they do. Side retired. 3-6-3 double play. And that is the 4th double play the Astros have hit into tonight. And that will end the inning. The Astros have hit into 4 double plays. Not what you want to do. So 2 walks is all they get, and it remains 11-3 Reds. Top of the 9th inning coming up. Ken Forsch will stay out there. Pete Rose leads off for the Reds in the top of the 9th. Rose is 2 for 3, has a home run and a double in this game. Forsch will pitch, and that's a 1-2. Strikeout 18, no. Rose will swing 1-5, and he grounds it right back to Forsch. The Forsch is with him on that one. He'll toss the first for the out. 1 away. Here is Ken Griffey. Griffey got a double his last time up. He is 1 for 4. Pitch from Forsch. 3-3 against the lefty. Automatic out. Star 1, ground out to second. 2 outs there. And now Joe Morgan, may he rest in peace. Morgan is What is he? He is 1-4. He is 2-for-4. He has a home run and a single. Force will pitch. And that's a 6-4. That's a blank. Morgan swings. 4-3. Fly out to center. Inning over. So Force gets a 1-2-3 inning as the Reds go quietly there in the ninth. Will we see some ninth inning magic? Bottom of the ninth, Santo Alcala is going to stay out there. And he can pitch to 2 more batters before being tired. Roger Metzger is due to lead off for Houston. Let's see if I want to make any changes. Metzger is the shortstop. And we're going to see a pinch hitter for Metzger. So Metzger coming out. And Jerry Devannon is going to come on and pinch hit. He's also going to take over at short. So here's Jerry Devannon, 290 average, a homer, 20 RBIs. He'll go up against Alcala, see if he can get on base for the Astros, who are down by 8 runs. Alcala with the pitch. That's a 2-6. That's at the park. Astrodome says 1-3. Fly out to center. That's the first out. Devannon will take over at shortstop. We'll put him in there. And now we'll see a pinch hitter in for Force, as he has done. And coming on to pitch the bat for the Astros will be Ken Boswell. Ken Boswell, 262 average, ex-Met, of course. He was in the twilight of his career here. Boswell will pinch hit against Alcala. Alcala with the pitch. And that's 2-5. Home run with a question mark. Boswell has 0 home runs anyway, so I'm not even going to have to check that. So no home run. Boswell will swing go 4-3, and he just flies out to center. And there are now 2 outs. And Enos Cabell is next for the Astros. Cabell is 2-for-4. Not a bad night. Single and a double. Alcala is now tired. You got an 8-run lead. You got 8 runs to get 1 out. Alcala will pitch. 2-3. Error on a throw. Cabell will swing. 1-6. That is an infield single, that's going to be an infield single to the shortstop. The shortstop is Concepcion. His error rating is a 9. That's a 5. Concepcion's still going to try to get him, and he throws it away. That's going to be an error on Concepcion. So that is a single and an E6 on Concepcion. So that's the first error on the Reds. And that is an error on a throw on an infield single. So that automatically puts Cabell at second. There is no check for range on that roll, on that kind of error, on an error on a throw. An infield single, and he still tried to get him out to complete the game, but Cabell will wind up on second on the error. And that is the first, that's the first error on the on the Reds. Let's see here. Timeout for 1 second. I swear I thought I had another error here. I thought there was another error. Nope, that's the only error in the game. That error by the Reds is the only error right now. There are no other errors that I can see. Okay, so Cabell is on at second. The batter now will be Rob Andrews. What? Did you expect a 1-2-3 closing inning at RJL 518? I think not. Cabell on its second. Alcala is tired. They're going to say, look, you got 8 runs. Get us one more out. There are 2 outs, by the way. Andrews is 1 for 4. Alcala will pitch. That's a 6-3. Strikeout 17. No. Andrews will swing. 6-2. And that's going to be a base hit to left field. That's a single for Andrews. Cabell's base running rating's a 4. It becomes a 5. Single to left. Single to left plus 1 is a 6. Left fielder is Lum plus 1 is a 7. Cabell's going to score. There is not going to be a throw, so Andrews holds it first, and the Astros now make the scores 11-4 as they get themselves a run in on a run in. So that is a single for Andrews. So 11-4 now, and here is Cesar Cedeno. Alcala can stay out there as long as it doesn't hit a fatigue result. 2 outs, now 11-4. Alcala will pitch to Cedeno. He is 1 for 4. Alcala, 4-4, blank. Cedeno will swing, 6-2. Double to center field by Cedeno. He gets a double. Andrews' base running rating is a 3, with 2 outs is a 4. A double to center plus 1 is a 5. Geronimo is a 0. It'd be a 1-5 chance for Andrews to score, and I'm going to go ahead and do it anyway. So a 1-5, he is safe. A 2, he makes it. Cedeno holds it second. And the score is now 11-5. Might as well send him. What do you got to lose? And the batter now is Bob Watson. So they're going to go talk to Alcala, see if he wants to stay out there. But really, the Astros are getting the hits. Watson is 0 for 1. He's walked 3 times. Cedeno on its second, now 11-5. They're going to leave Alcala out there and try to get this inning over, although the Red bullpen is getting work. Alcala will pitch. And that's a 3-2. And that is a fatigue rating. That's a single 1 base hit for Watson. And that will be it for Alcala. Cedeno's base running rating is a 4. He will score from second. Watson gets the base hit. It's now 11-6. All of these hits are coming with 2 outs. And now an 11-6 game, and that's it for Alcala. Leon Roberts is coming on to bat, but that single 1 does take Alcala out of the game. The Reds will have to go to the bullpen. They really do not want to bring in Eastwick. There's no need to here, really. But they're going to. So here comes Raleigh Eastwick. 11 wins, 5 losses, 26 saves, a 2.09 ERA. But Eastwick has not really done that well on the board. This is the 5th Reds pitcher. So here's Raleigh Eastwick to try to get 1 lousy out. It's 11-6. That error was huge. It's allowed 3 runs to score and 4 straight base hits. So here's Roberts. So Roberts will go up against Eastwick. At least the Astros are making the score a little respectable. They did reach their 6 runs that they had in the game now. Eastwick will pitch. There's still no strat. 1-1. That's a blank. Roberts will swing, and that's a 1-6, and that will do it. Star 4, ground ball to shortstop. Picked up by Concepcion. Pumps once, pumps twice, throws to second to get Watson. That's your game, and this one belongs to the Reds. as the Reds go ahead and beat the Astros tonight 11-6. But that got interesting, though. 3 runs on 4 hits and 1 error. Don't go away. Start final line score and 10-minute ticker coming right up. Reds fans in the chat cheer. Yay! Section 1933 barfs. Blech. But yep, the Astros did not go quietly. For the Reds, 11 runs on 14 hits and 1 error. For the Astros, 6 runs on 13 hits and no error. Rich Hinton gets the win. He comes away with the victory. The loss goes to Rondon. He takes the loss, and there is no save in the game. It is time for the 10-minute ticker, brought to you by FastScore Baseball of Replay Sports. As we see what happens here. So the Reds win 11-6. So now let's go ahead and take a look and see how the rest of the baseball world goes today. We will start with Cleveland at Baltimore. Cleveland has a 12. And that's a 45, and it's 5 runs. Baltimore has an 11, 21, and that is 2 runs. Cleveland will beat the Orioles. Detroit taking on Boston. Detroit has an 8, 42, not bad. That's 4 runs. The Red Sox have Fergie Jenkins on the mound and a 14. 25. I don't think so. That's going to be 3 runs. Detroit will beat the Red Sox. As Salvador America will say, rigged. California at Kansas City. We will have this game tomorrow night. California has a 7. 66. That's 9. Kansas City has a 10. 24. That is 2. California will beat the Royals. Milwaukee against the Yankees. Milwaukee has a 5. 56, that is 5 runs. The Yankees have an 11. 66, they continue to pound it, and that's a 10. So the Yankees win another one. Minnesota against Oakland. Minnesota has a 10. 24, that's 2 runs. Minnesota now chasing Oakland in the American League West for the division. Oakland has an 11, 21, and that is 2 runs. They tie. We have extras. They have extras. Minnesota has a clutch of a 0. That's a 2. Oakland has a clutch of -1. That's a 4. So 4 minus 2 is 2. Oakland will win it, and they will win that game 4-2. White Sox and the Rangers have a doubleheader here. Game 1, White Sox have a 6, 51, and that is 4 runs. Texas has a 13, 61, and that is 7 runs. The Rangers will win that. White Sox, game 2, White Sox have an 18, 35, and that is 5. The Rangers have a 12, and that is 25, and that is 3. And the White Sox will win the second game. So they split a doubleheader. New York Mets taking on the Cubs. My Mets have been awful lately in the rolls. John Matlack on the mound. They got a 9. 32, and that is 3 runs. The Cubs have a 5. 21 should win it. Yep, that's a 1. And I got a happy recap against the Cubs. Giants taking on the Dodgers. Giants have a 7. 41, and that is 3. The Dodgers have a 10 with Bert Hooton on the mound. 21, and that is a 2. The Giants will beat the Dodgers. Pittsburgh taking on Montreal. Pittsburgh has a 17. 25, and that's 4. The Expos have a 5. 21, and that is 1. So the Pirates will beat the Expos. Cardinals against the Phillies. I really would like St. Louis. I don't know who I want to lose here. Philadelphia, because I'm chasing them, but the Phillies already have a pretty sizable lead in the National League East. The Cardinals are right behind my Mets. I think I'd rather have the Phillies just win this division and see if I can take second place. Cardinals have an 8. It's still early to be talking about that, though. 52, and that is 5. Actually, it's never too early to talk about playoffs, right? Philadelphia has a 16. A 15. Nope, that's going to be a 2. The Cardinals will beat the Phillies. So the Cardinals stay right with me, but I gain a game on the Phils. Atlanta takes on Atlanta against the Padres. Braves are not out of it yet. They are in last place, and they are not in the schedule block, but they're not out of it yet. They got a 9. 22, that's 2. They're not out of it. Padres have an 11. 56, and that's going to be 6, and the Padres will beat the Braves. Moving on to the 26th, Cleveland taking on Baltimore. Cleveland has a 5. 53, and that is 4. Baltimore has a 7. 32, and that is 3. The Indians will beat the O's. Detroit taking on Boston. Detroit has a 7. 63, and that is 6 runs. Boston has a 14. In order to beat 6, or they need a 46 or higher. A 66. Boston will win that game. They come back and score 11 runs. And I know Salvador America will not say rigged on that one. California against Kansas City. As I said, we have this game tomorrow. California has a 2. 46. And that is 3 with Nolan Ryan on the mound. Royals have a 10. 15. And that is 1. California will beat the Royals. Milwaukee taking on the Yankees. Milwaukee has a 5. 21. And that is 1 run. The Yankees have a 13. 14, and that is 2 runs. Wow, they have a 13, right? Let me make sure. Yeah, they win. Yankees do beat the Brewers. Was it because the Yankees really were that good of a team, or was the rest of the American League East not that good? Minnesota against Oakland. Minnesota has a 15. 24, and that is 3 runs. Oakland has a 16. 56, and that is 7 runs, as Oakland continues to put some distance between them and the Twins. White Sox at the Rangers. White Sox have a 4. 63, and that's 5. Texas has an 8. 31, and that is 3. The White Sox will beat the Rangers. Mets taking on the Cubs. No, it was because it was rigged. Mets take on the Cubs. Mets have a 13 with Jerry Kuzman on the mound. Come on. A 23. Ugh, that's only 3 runs. The Cubs at bottom, they have a 4. 23. The Cubs, let's see, that was what, 3 runs. They have a 4. I need the Cubs to roll a 35 or lower. And of course they roll a 56. So I lose that one. Cubs beat the Mets 5-3. Again, Mets cannot beat the teams they should. Cincinnati taking on Houston in the rematch. The Reds have a 16. And that is Suadice. 26 for the Reds, and that is a, let's see, that's 4, isn't it? Let's see, 16. Yep, that's 4 runs. The Astros have a 5. 64. They're going to win this one, and they'll win. They will beat the Reds in the second game. So the Astros get a win there. Giants taking on the Dodgers. The Giants have a 3. 35, and that is 2. The Dodgers have a 6. 21, and that is 1. The Giants beat the Dodgers again. Pittsburgh taking on Montreal. Pittsburgh has an 18. Yep, RJL 518 groans. Ugh. 63 for Pittsburgh on an 18. That's going to be about a good run. That's 9 runs. Montreal has a 7. They roll a 63, but that's not going to be good enough. That's going to be 6, and the Pirates win that one. Cardinals taking on Philadelphia. Cardinals have a 6. A 25, they get 2 runs. Philadelphia has a 19. 32, and that's going to be 5 runs. And the Phillies will beat the Cardinals, so the Cardinals don't gain anything on me. Atlanta and the Padres in a doubleheader. Game 1, Atlanta has a 5. 26, and that is 2. Padres have an 11. 53, and that is 6. Padres will win the first game. Second game, Atlanta has a 15. A 62, that's pretty darn good. That's 8. The Padres have a 7. 33, and that is 3, and they will split the doubleheader. That is your 10-minute ticker. If your team won tonight, congratulations. If they didn't, there's always tomorrow. And tomorrow night, we will be at Royal Stadium as the California Angels will take on the Kansas City Royals. It'll be Don Kirkwood going up against Steve Busby. That could be a very interesting matchup coming up for tomorrow night. Salvador America, Steeler fan, Dave Little, Brandon Baker. Thanks for sharing. Brandon Baker, Tribe fan, 879, Bob B. Let's see here. Ronald Spursky, thank you all for joining me tonight. Please leave a like on your way out through the turnstiles. Subscribe if you've not done so, and make sure you hit the bell. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay smart, stay strong, and I will see you guys later. It is the Reds all over the Astros tonight, 11-6. We'll see you guys next time. Take care. Have a good night.